Coming up on Confidential, early season woes for Tough Enough 3.
Kelsey Grammer of the Star of Frasier had problems with Tough Enough being in his neighborhood.
And life before the next big thing.
I never trusted too many barbers when I left Tony. Not only can Tony cut hair, he can sing pretty good too.
Hi everyone, I'm Gene Okerlund, and this is WWE Confidential. This past Monday on Raw, Eric Bischoff made a cryptic announcement concerning a new kind of match to rival Hell in a Cell. It's called the Elimination Chamber. There's been a lot of speculation as to just what an Elimination Chamber is. Tonight we're going to talk to the man who will be in charge of constructing the physical structure of the chamber itself. We'll have that a little bit later on. First up tonight, Tough Enough 3. This past Thursday, MTV aired the season premiere of TE3. And by all accounts, it looks to be the best season yet. But it was almost the season that never was. Tough Enough 3 was just weeks away from shooting at a beach house in Malibu when a certain neighbor objected. Kelsey Grammer, that's right, the Kelsey Grammer from the hit TV show Frasier. Grammer plays the role of a snobby psychiatrist, Frasier Crane, on TV. In real life, Grammer did not want to be subjected to the possible inconvenience of having TE3 contestants living 2 doors down from his summer retreat. Grammer and his lawyers took the issue before the Malibu City Council and nearly ended the hopes and dreams of this season's 13 finalists. Dealing with snobby attitudes and prejudice is nothing new for WWE superstars and fans. Despite its popularity with the people, sports entertainment has been a source of ridicule for certain highbrow segments of society. But the Malibu City Council makes Frasier Crane seem like an open-minded kind of guy.
We're on the end of Zuma Beach, standing right in front of the house that was going to be the first house for Tough Enough 3. Unfortunately, it didn't work out that way. Our production got delayed by a couple weeks because of Kelsey Grammer, star of Frasier. He decided that he didn't want us living a couple doors down from his beach house.
He was bothered enough and motivated enough to gather up and rally a few neighbors and signatures on a petition to take it to their city council and put a snuff on us working in Malibu.
MTV is here this evening to appeal the decision.
I'm Beth Holmes. I'm the executive producer of MTV's Tough Enough 3.
I'm the location manager.
I'm the lighting director for the show.
No live events broadcast from the house.
Keeping ourselves confined to the property.
We made every sincere attempt to mitigate and satisfy any concerns that were brought to our attention.
Malibu is a residence first and a studio second.
I think this is very wrong. I think it's a great intrusion. I just am very opposed to this.
I've been in touch with the people from MTV, and we tried to work out an agreement. What kind of shocked me as we were doing that was I got a copy of a letter from a third party who faxed me a letter, who was very upset about this. Some of the neighbors that own the vacant lots, they frankly thought we were crazy to even be decent enough to talk to anybody, but that's the kind of people we are.
The Malibu City Council demeans sports entertainment in general. They said some comments that were very disturbing to me personally about this business that we're in.
It's not that we don't like you in Malibu. It's just that I think you could probably go out into some of those industrial areas and in Woodland Hills and set up some place for the trailers and live, and they can do the same thing because they're not going to go outside. Put some sand out there in the parking lot.
To start a war.
Right. It's not, sir. That's not appropriate to ask questions from the audience.
But I'm going to tell you something. You're out of line.
Sir, I believe you're out of line.
All right. Well, all right. It was simply a lack of knowledge. We, I think, put a good case in front of the Malibu City Council and explained to them that this house is for sleeping purposes. Look, this Tough Enough 3 program is the hardest program that anybody is going to go through to become a professional wrestler and a sports entertainer. So they are beat at the end of the day. The last thing they're going to want to do is go out and frolic around and have a merry old time bothering other people.
You know, it's too bad that Kelsey has become so successful that I think he's lost touch of where he started at and what he had to go through to get there. Because just like those kids, he had a dream, which he realized that he's living that dream.
Everybody in this industry, whether it is sports entertainment, television, film, music, you know, being writers, authors, anybody who's creative deserves the chance to express themselves.
Although everybody was disappointed and down and upset in the very beginning, good things happen to good people, and it turned out great.
When we return, Brock Lesnar remembers his roots.
I had a bad attitude as a kid growing up. You know, I thought I was pretty bad, and still do today.
He's been called the next big thing, the Legend Killer, and most importantly, the youngest WWE champion in history. He is Brock Edward Lesnar, and no one has made as big an impact in the WWE as quickly as this former NCAA wrestling champion. He has defeated The Rock, Hulk Hogan, and most recently, he beat The Undertaker to a bloody pulp at No Mercy. This past Thursday on SmackDown, The Undertaker gave Brock the ultimate sign of respect. And coming from The Undertaker, that really means something. How did such a young man come so far so quickly? For that answer, our confidential cameras took a proverbial step back in time, venturing all the way to Webster, South Dakota, population about 2,000. That's where we spoke with the folks who knew Brock before he was a WWE superstar.
I saw him last Thursday night, and I feel sorry for Hulk Hogan. Oh my gosh, if I'd have been closer, I'd have went and tried to help Hulk out a little bit.
That's what I used to sit in, Tony. That's when I got my first haircut in.
Oh, I've known Brock since he was, gosh, do I dare to tell him? Since you were in diapers?
You know, he was a skinny little blonde-haired kid. I don't think his arm was bigger than that around. He never did cry, though.
I never trusted too many barbers when I left Tony. And not only can Tony cut hair, he can sing pretty good too. Ain't that right, Tony?
There was a boy in Arkansas who wouldn't listen to his ma when she told him that he should go to school. He'd sneak away in the afternoon, take a little walk, and pretty soon you'd find him at the local auction barn.
I grew up in Webster, South Dakota, a rural farm community. Lots of grain farm. I grew up on a dairy farm. Yeah, this is the farm I grew up on. We used to have about 200 head of cows. I left here in 1996. Used to have some good times here and some hard times. It was just kind of backwoodsy, you know, kind of out in the country. Not a lot going on. Everybody knows everybody and everybody knows everybody's business.
Brock Edward Lesnar. He weighed 9'9", and they called him Pork Chops. Brock was robust, on the go, inquisitive.
Very independent, very headstrong, liked to be outdoors. Even at the age of 4 and 5, he wanted to help on the farm. He was really a worker.
I was a very aggressive young kid, eager to do anything, always up for any challenges. I would always like to do the regular farm kid stuff. Some nights it would just be cool to sleep up in the hayloft. My hayloft was like my jungle gym.
You know, his name was Brock, and I used to make fun of him when I met him when he was little. I'd say, I used to call him broccoli, and I hated broccoli. You know, when you're young, I mean, nobody likes broccoli. And he'd be like, hey, broccoli, you got bad taste, I'd say to him. And I remember he was kind of scared of me, actually, when we were little kids.
As a young kid, I was a real tall, lean, skinny kid.
The top of his legs was the same diameter as, you know, the bottom.
I was very limber and strong.
He liked showing off his muscles.
I was always active. I was always doing push-ups, always doing sit-ups, always working out as long as I can remember. I discovered sports at a very young age. My high school and little kids wrestling coach, I grew up 2 miles from him. He took me under his wing and guided me to wrestle. He saw some potential in me at a very young age. I started wrestling when I was like 5 or 6.
He was always a strength wrestler, but lots of times he didn't have the strength to wrestle that way, so he got defeated here and there. He always had a little bit of a temper and was very aggressive. From little on, we found out that he couldn't cut weight very well, because every time we had him cut weight, he didn't make weight, and he got really ornery, and so we just decided that he was going to be a big guy, and we'd keep feeding him.
Yeah, I was always hungry, always. It was like I had a tapeworm.
When he worked for me on the farm, we had 7 hired men and our own kids, and we would eat one meal, and my mother would make a separate meal for Brock because he would eat all ours if we didn't.
I can remember going in and just having an attitude. You know, I thought I was pretty bad. Still do today. I don't have many highlights as an amateur wrestler. The only thing that I can remember is people being scared to wrestle me because I was very physical. Maybe I didn't win all the time, but one thing was for sure, if you were wrestling me, you're going to get beat up. But that's what it is. It's just one-on-one. It's basically a legal street fight, with a few rules. That's what I liked about it.
I believe you got to learn to lose before you learn to win. And Brock lost his share of matches, and he was not special coming up in the kids' ranks. Then he caught on, and once Brock gets confidence in doing something, he's unbeatable.
Growing up and going through the school were some of my goals to be a state champion. I didn't succeed in those. That's why that drove myself to get bigger, stronger, faster, and quicker on the mat, and I wanted to be a college wrestler. And I do believe if I would have won a state title, I wouldn't even be sitting here talking to you today probably, because I had some unfinished business to do. I knew that in my heart. I decided to go to Bismarck Junior College, placed 5th at the Junior College Nationals, came back the next year and won a Junior College Championship. That's when a lot of Division I schools were interested in me. Number one, I had a great physique, I was a great athlete, and I was in great condition, and I could wrestle. And there's not very many heavyweights out there that are built like me and that can go like me. And so I was a hot commodity for a couple of weeks until I decided where I was going to wrestle. And I chose the University of Minnesota, and then when I finally went there, I hit like a loose cannon, bam, I went out and I was beating people. The next thing you know, I was in the NCAA finals. My biggest rivalry my senior year was a guy by the name of Wes Hand. He wrestled for University of Iowa.
Well, I'll tell you that championship match was probably harder on his mother and I. My wife says, you're going to have to go into cardiac arrest or something like this. I was all white, and just yelling and screaming.
They were so darn close throughout the whole match, and I mean, his opponent was out to get him because Brock had done him in several times.
We knew it was going to be a big, tough match, and it got down to the double overtime.
That was the only thing that mattered to him. Money didn't matter to him.
There's the man going down. SummerSlam. Dead meat. I love to be center stage. I love to be physical, and it's something that my love for amateur wrestling kind of ran dry. I get the same feeling from being in the ring with professional wrestling. I get that high, being out there and being in front of the people and just doing my thing.
Up next, enjoy the view from this mountain vista.
We are going to take you inside to see this gorgeous house, this gorgeous Tough Enough 3 crib.
Sometimes a seemingly bad thing turns out to be a blessing in disguise. Earlier tonight, we showed you the house Tough Enough 3 contestants were hoping to call home. But thanks to Kelsey Grammer and the Malibu City Council, there was no room at the beach for TE3. As it turned out, though, things were looking up, all the way up to the top of the Calabasas Mountains. Ironically, the house for Tough Enough 3 literally looks down on Malibu. A bit of poetic justice. They may not be WWE superstars yet, but the 13 Tough Enough finalists got to live like superstars, at least for 10 weeks. Tough Enough trainer and WWE diva Ivory gave our confidential cameras an exclusive tour of the toughest house in Woodland Hills, California.
We are out here in the Calabasas Mountains in California, overlooking the entire Los Angeles area and the Pacific Ocean. We are going to look at the hottest crib up here in the Calabasas Mountains. It's very isolated and very private. So private, in fact, that we heard that they used to shoot porn up here. None of that today, but I am going to show you one of the coolest cribs ever. So follow me. Right behind me is where all the eye spying goes on. Over to our left is where the house is. Let's go check it out. Hey, let me in. I guess we gotta lock the door if we want to do this right. Awesome palace! Home sweet home. This is cute. To remember them every day, they come and go. Probably the largest fridge I've ever seen in my life. Let's look inside and see what these people are eating. Let's just get rid of all this because it's not JR's barbecue sauce. I'm sure he would be disappointed about that. There's gotta be some JR's barbecue sauce in here. Uh-oh, a competitor. Naughty, naughty. Now this is a freezer. This is probably body parts from some of them that they got rid of at night. You know, the ones that irritate you more. Party kitchen goes down into a party dining room. You can tell by the size of this table that it's not really a house built for two. You'd have to shout to pass the salt. The living room is our olive green room. Over here, we've got our fuzzy pillows. These are great. And tons of candles. And it's just got really a good vibe to it. Not to mention the view. In each room, you have this gorgeous, massive view of the canyon and the Pacific Ocean. One of the troublesome things about living in a Tough Enough house is that you don't get to watch television. But there are other things to do while you're visiting with your friends. You could always catch a massage at the Tough Enough 3 crib. Oh, yeah! Oh, God, it feels good. I know what you're all thinking, too. So am I. Let's snoop, shall we? I love this stuff for travel. Naughty, naughty. Oh, here's the variety pack. It's all gone, you can see. That's Tough Enough 3 right there. Right next to the protein powder, we have chocolate chip cookies and Cracker Jacks. Lovely. So why don't we move on into the rec room? Look at how cute Bubba is. Where is the ivory action figure? This is my only card trick. Whatever. I know I can bust some balls, but let's see if I can break these balls. Woohoo! There's 5 bedrooms in this crib. Each room, you'll see, has a different color, and with it, you get a whole different feeling when you walk into it. This, what do you know, is the green room. This has a good vibe. I like the blue room. The thing that I always think about when I come to a Tough Enough crib and I have to use the bathroom is I always look up at the ceilings looking for a candle. Oh! This is the orange room. I like these things. But the rock is cooking. That's between you and me. I want to check out what's in here. Hulkamania wristbands. God, I like those. Oh, yeah! Okay, one more thing. You know what I'm looking for? For all those gentlemen out in the audience, yeah, I found the panty drawer right here. Talk about displaying your dirty laundry on television. And these are the ones that she was hoping to wear in the hot tub scene. I got something else to show you. but it's not in the orange bathroom. This is not a glamorous room. This is the confidential room. This is where we encourage the people who live in this house to come in and vent. And you can saw up your brains out about your stupid boyfriend that's cheating on you at home while you're working your off at tracks. But this is just kind of your really creepy getaway. Come on. This is the phone room. And this is where everyone comes to make their phone calls on the only single phone in the house. Now this is a bright one. I love it. It's very happy and very, very, very yellow. Yellow is the color that makes you hungry. One of the great things about this little tiny room is that it has its own balcony. This is the Benny right here of the yellow room. It might be a small room, but it's a really big view. Not bad at all. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for, the master bedroom. This is where it's all happening. This view is so fantastic. Red makes you romp. Get ready. Here it comes. Yes! Yes, yes! And this is the master walk-in closet. I hope that they don't think I'm a freak going through their stuff. This is the master bath, and it's gigantic. We've got 2 potty rooms. This potty room has a bidet. What this does, oh, I can't stand there, it's gonna shoot up in my face. And you turn this on. Oh! Disgusting is that? Should we go outside now so I can dry off? Taking the view again. Don't fall off the edge of the cliff. It's a long way down. Is this the second massage I've had today? Oh, God. It has been so great sharing this house with you all. I've enjoyed it. I hope you have. And thank you for spending your time with me. I wish you could join me in the hot tub, actually.
Up next, Raw invades the rooftop of WWE's headquarters.
You know what? See if you can jump off the building. Wouldn't that be awesome if you jumped off the building? Sure, it would. Sure, it would be excellent if you jumped off the building.
Bodies have been bruised.
Ball off a 20-foot ladder. Damn clue where he is.
I thought Shane might have been knocked out.
Dislocated my right shoulder.
I think I broke my tailbone. Necks broken.
I ruptured a disc which fragmented into my spinal column.
Careers ended in an instant. Yes, this is entertainment, but the hazards are real.
How's he even able to stand? It's what I want to know. He don't have a damn clue where he is.
No matter who you are, whatever you do, please don't try this at home.
A little over a month from now, Monday Night Raw will mark its 10th anniversary with episode number 500. To put things in perspective, in 2003, Raw will surpass Gunsmoke and Lassie to become the longest-running episodic program in the history of primetime television. Truly a remarkable achievement. Over the years, Raw has undergone an incredible evolution. It started in the quaint surroundings of New York's Manhattan Center and quickly exploded into one of the hottest live events in sports or entertainment throughout North America. As we close in on that landmark 500th episode, Confidential is going to take a look back at some of the pivotal moments in Raw's history. Tonight, we start at the beginning, so to speak, with the show open. The open set the tone for the attitude of the show at that particular moment in time. Tonight, we take you back to before Bischoff, even before the era of Attitude. September 7, 1995, and Raw on the Roof.
It was very interesting shooting Raw on the Roof because back in that day, from a promotion and opening standpoint, we were just getting our feet wet on shooting film and on film production, and there was a lot that we had no clue about.
Welcome to Raw on the Roof shoot. We're doing an opening for Monday Night Raw in case anybody doesn't know yet.
First of all, it took us a day just to get the roof set up because we had to actually lift the ring. We had to raise the ring 8 stories up to get to the top of the roof via crane, and then assemble it on top of the roof.
Welcome to Stamford, Connecticut.
And we had every one of our big superstars on the entire roster there present for this shoot.
The setup was off the hook. It was something like I've never seen before.
We had a live crowd there. There was a ring set up. I don't know if there was cheerleaders or a marching band. There was all kinds of things going on that night.
There was this huge inflatable figure of The Undertaker, a helicopter flying around, and there were even cheerleaders on the roof. It was fantastic.
The superstars knew that this was something special.
They're always breaking new ground. We're going to do something special tonight. Not everybody's really sure what's going to happen.
You know, you got all these fans up there, you got all these different wrestlers up there, you got a ring set up. Anything can happen, but I'm ready. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I know fans will love it.
I remember it took forever. Of course, we had to wait till dark. It was a long night. There was a lot of work involved in that, I know.
And this is C flash group, so that's what we're going to have.
I can do that. While we were doing this, I thought, man, this is a lot of wasted time and energy. But to actually see the finished product and the lead into the show, I thought it was a great concept.
This is one of the first big shoots that we had done. This was the biggest scale, biggest budget up until this one point.
Massive coordination effort that actually everyone sort of takes for granted, but it just sort of happens as well. Even from yesterday when we had all of our permits and the fire department, of course, pulls the pyro, but nonetheless, then the shoot goes on, as it should.
We were in a drought situation at the time. It was one of the worst droughts we've had in 10 years. And that day, the fire marshal would not let us set off our pyro. So we were actually going to spell out the Raw logo on the roof in flames. That was a huge element of the shoot, which we weren't able to use as well. So we instead focused on the raw enthusiasm of the superstars and the crowd and the police officers trying to stop this thing from happening.
After we give them the cue, we're going to send out everybody, run to the gate, and we're going to want them to run to the gate and, shake it like they're trying to get in.
I'm sure it seemed like a big, giant party to anybody who saw it from the outside.
It was very, very loud, but you know what they say, if it's too loud, you're too old. So it wasn't too loud. It was just, it was a lot of fun.
The town was angry. The town called the Stamford Police Department, and they wanted us to shut down. They said that the noise was just too overwhelming. Fortunately, we had 6 of Stamford's finest working on the shoot, including Sergeant Gary Perner, and he was able to buy us a little time and make sure we were able to get all the shots that we wanted to get. Favorite shot is the opening shot. I love that helicopter coming down with the moon right behind it. That was, to me, was a money shot. One that wasn't expected. We saw the moon, we said, hey, let's get the shot right now. One of the most memorable shots I remember is Shawn Michaels dancing on top of our logo at the time because he was quite nervous being up there.
At that point in my life, there was not a lot that scared me.
I wish you could get down off. Well, you know how much pre-planning this thing's gonna take if you fall?
It was just fun, exciting, exhilarating.
We also shot Shawn Michaels jumping off that sign into the ring, being caught.
They felt comfortable enough to ask me if I could jump from the highest point on the roof of the building, which is where I was, and to the ring, which simply was not humanly possible to jump quite that far.
Skip Shawn Michaels leaping in the ring, so we're going to stage that.
It seemed like going, 50 feet, 100 feet or something.
And I appreciate their confidence in my ability, but much to everyone's dismay, I'm sure I'm not Superman or Clark Kent, so I had to tell them that I couldn't do it.
Obviously, he was a little hesitant to do that stunt, so we shortened his jump, and through the magic of trick photography, we were able to make it seem as though he had a jump that lasted about 4 or 5 seconds, when indeed it was about 1/3 that time. We were making a statement that we would not be denied, that we were going to do what we wanted to do, whenever we wanted to do it, wherever that might be.
It was really, at that time, ahead of its time, and a very unique shoot, and a lot of fun to be involved with.
It just made it look just Hollywood. It made it look, it was a different type of look.
It changed the whole direction of this business. So that was just sort of the foundation of that.
It really raised the bar into the sports entertainment
aspect of WWE.
When it was over, I said, thank God. Thank God nobody got hurt. Thank God we got through this. And I had a good feeling about it, too. I knew that we got some really awesome stuff.
When we return, the superstars of the WWE go incognito.
So what you gonna do when the showster goes wild on you?
Nice costume, Pete. Speaking of costumes, Halloween is right around the corner, and of course that means picking out the perfect costume. This year I was going to go as the Scorpion King, but The Rock's costume was a little, well, let's just say it looks better on The Rock. So I've decided to go as Spider-Man. What can I say? I look great in spandex. However, for WWE superstars, wearing the perfect disguise isn't just for Halloween.
Oh my God, JR, look at this! The part of The Rock will now be played by Triple H.
You know, the crowd just came from the bathroom.
Croc.
You should have smelled what The Rock was cooking. I ain't faking. You should have smelled what The Rock was baking.
The Rock was baking! Brother was baking! Look at Dino! He's the man! You can see this!
Medical science has determined that the quickest way to shed water weight is with the use of a rubber suit.
There's been a huge tractor-trailer accident. We need all hands on deck.
No?
What do you mean, no?
There'd be a pint. It's me. It's me. It's DDP. So what you gonna do when the showster goes wild on you? I'm gonna try and set you up with members of the Planet of the Apes. Did I just hear myself say 3 minutes? 3 minutes?
Si, senor. Dos.
Let me let all the horsemen out here know one thing. The beer's on ice.
Wait a minute, what's this?
Luke from the Bushwhackers. Luke Doink. Give me a brother's butch. Doink's on a mission.
Don't tell me. Come on, run. This is a cartoon. Hey, wait a minute. There's Doink of the Walls of Jericho.
Where did Doink learn that?
Indeed, it is Chris Jericho.
I brought you some female entertainment, and I think you know what I mean. Say hello to Yerple. Yerple.
Hey, Vinny, how you doing? I can't make you feel better, Vinny.
There's just something about a midget that makes me want to laugh.
Let's give it up for North Carolina's own, the Hardy Boys.
The Hardy Boys, they've shrunk.
Oh, yeah, somebody put them in the dryer.
Wait a minute.
Oh, man.
It's those damn Dudleys. Oh, they got a table.
Oh, they're bringing a table.
They have got a table.
Isn't that cute?
Let's see just how entertaining you can be. What the hell is he doing? Get the hell off of me.
Man, how about a spin-a-rooney? Nicely done. Give it up.
Wow, King, that Goldust is goofy as a pet coon.
It's me, the Crocodile Hunter. The Duke of Gold, of course.
I'm the coach. Traveling through time to bring you both a very important message.
Booker, the force is strong with you. We are going to a much worse place, a more vile, nasty place than you've ever seen. I'll give you a bite of my wiener. By Crocky, look at this. It doesn't matter, Booker. Let The Rock say this.
When you're talking about tag team partners, there is no...
I didn't see you there. You just kind of snuck up on me there.
Sometimes I just wanted to punch Thomas Jefferson right in the gonads, but I didn't.
Tell me you didn't just do that, man. Yeah,
Up next, behind the steel structure that is hell in a cell.
And then when Undertaker picked him up and started doing that choke slam, you could see us all tensing up, going, what's gonna happen, what's gonna happen?
And the official theme song for Survivor Series is Always by Saliva, off their forthcoming album, Back Into Your System, in stores November 12th.
This past Monday on Raw, Eric Bischoff announced the creation of a new match and a new structure that will be unveiled at Survivor Series. It's called the Elimination Chamber. So far, details of just what this chamber will be have been a closely guarded secret. Here's what we do know. It will be an enclosed structure capable of holding many men. Several designs have been submitted for Bischoff's consideration. There is a rumor that the chamber is currently under construction, but we've not been able to confirm that. What kind of an impact could the Elimination Chamber have on the WWE? Not since the diabolical Hell in a Cell debuted in 1997 has a match revolving around a new structure created so much concern and controversy.
It is a perverse, vile, diabolical structure. It is custom built for injury.
The Hell in a Cell was very special because it was the first time we ever constructed something that big.
The most ominous structure ever erected.
Most of our project starts off usually with a little drawing on a napkin in the catering room. It's up for us to take those designs and actually put it into use. It's usually quite a job, that building process, especially with the Hell in a Cell. It took about 2 weeks to build, and that was pretty much non-stop building. And when it first went in the air, we were all very excited. It was going to be a unique event, and we knew it. When it was first built, I don't think we ever realized how much activity would go on in the top of the cage. The cage was supposed to be to hold the people inside the ring. When Mick Foley and The Undertaker climbed up on top of it and started working on it, we were all kind of wondering what would happen. It was built very well, but the force of The Undertaker when he choke slammed Mick Foley through the top of it was quite a surprise to us all. We were shocked. After that, it went back to the shop to make it even stronger, so hopefully that would never happen again.
At Survivor Series, you will bear witness to the Elimination Chamber.
This will be different. This will not be like a Hell in a Cell, will not be a normal cage match, and I'm sure because it's so unique that the match that will happen in it will be a memorable moment for us all.
From the mind of Eric Bischoff, the Elimination Chamber. We'll keep you updated as we find out more. Before we go, we have an update on the condition of wrestling legend Pat Patterson. You will recall Pat was attacked by Rosie and Jamal a couple of weeks ago on Raw. Pat suffered a separated shoulder and is undergoing 4 weeks of intense therapy in hopes of avoiding surgery. Patrick, I'm missing you on the golf course. Get well soon. I need the money. Next week, we're going to have a special encore presentation of Confidential, including an up-close and very personal look at one of my favorite superstars, WWE diva Stacy Keibler, and those gorgeous 42.5-inch legs. I can't wait. That's all for this week. Remember, folks, if you see and hear it here, it's confidential.